Rowdy Nation TV. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Do me a favor, click that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so anytime I drop a video, you guys can be notified. Let's get it. All right, we're gonna talk about the demasculation of Will Smith, right? Everybody's seen what happened about a week ago at the Oscars, right? If you didn't, Will Smith jumped on stage and slapped the ish out of Chris Rock. Now, hopefully you might have seen that video because we're going to get into it and find out how did we get to this point. One of America's greatest and best black actors went on stage and slapped Chris Rock, which is one of our greatest and best black comedians. And me personally, bro, I think it's a shame, man. I think it's a shame. I think it was a bad look for Will Smith. And if it was a bad look for Will Smith, me personally, I'm not thinking about the humiliation that Chris Rock went through. I think he handled himself as classy as any man could. And we're going to get into that because like I said, there's a lot of questions that need to be asked about what went down. And we're going to start, right? What would you have done if Chris Rock would have came on stage and slapped you? So we all know that Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, they've been married quite a while, right? I want to say maybe since they were like around the age around about 22 or so. Nah, maybe not that long, but they've been married a while. Just put it that way, okay? Now, Will Smith, if you don't know, he started as a rapper and then he went on to become a TV actor, started in a TV sitcom, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Then he later became this big movie star that we have today, starring in movies such as I Am Legend, Hancock, and Ali. On the other hand, Jada Pinkett Smith, we know her from a couple of movies that she did back in the day. One of my favorites was Set It Off, and that was with Queen Latifah, right? When they robbed that bank, just in case you guys didn't know. So anyway, Set It Off, and then there was another one, Jason Leary. Those are good movies. You guys might want to look them up, and I'm not sure what kind of acting skills she had. I'm not saying, she wasn't there at the Oscars for any of those movies, okay? Let's put it that way. So anyway, we know that these people have been together for a while, right? And they do have a really toxic relationship. It started off by them having an open marriage. I think that's where the problems always started. I think that's where it started. I think you have to be a certain type of individual to step into an open marriage and you have kids and that's the type of lifestyle I don't know anything about. But anyway, all I'm saying is we're trying to get to how Will Smith, this big mega movie star, broke down that night and went on stage and slapped Chris Rock from a joke that to me wasn't really all that bad. Now, and there's a lot of questions out there, right? There's a lot of questions out there that need to be asked. And I'm going to start off with, first of all, saying that I'm sympathetic to black women and their hair. Trust me, I'm a black man and I got black women in my family. And I know that black women their hair have been the subject of scrutiny since they were in elementary. And that's passed along from elementary to high school, even to their jobs, right? So I'm sympathetic to that. I just want to start by saying that this is not a me against my sisters. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to come off like that. But I do have an opinion. And if you have an opinion, if you disagree with anything that I'm saying, I appreciate it if you hit me in my comment section and we definitely can talk about it. But we're going to get into the questions that I got and see how we got to this point, right? Now, the first one I want to ask, do you guys think that this was real? Because I've been talking to a lot of people, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts, and a lot of people talking about, I don't know, maybe 50-50 or so. Some people saying that this is not real. Some people are saying that Will Smith and Jada Pinkett's life is scripted. Everything they do is scripted. They're also saying that they will probably come out and talk about this whole situation on the Red Table. Okay, first of all, if you guys don't know about the Red Table, I'm really not that familiar with it myself, but I heard they got a show where they sit down and they tell you everything that's going on in their marriage, right? Now, this is a show I think that Jada has called The Red Table. She's been on that show with Will Smith And I'm going to be honest with you right now. I haven't even seen the clip. I've heard a lot of people talk about it. And this is where I think, I know that the demasculation of Will Smith probably started a long time ago, but I think it was on display for everybody to see on this program, where she admits to having what she calls an entanglement with the singer, right? I think his name is August Alsina or something like that, right? Well, she has an entanglement with this young man who's a singer, right? And I also heard that this young man was supposed to be friends with her kids or whatever, and he was going through some emotional problems. They basically said that it was kind of like your teacher messing with a kid, right? But I'm not sure if that was true, because I think the dude was like 22 or 23. But anyway, she had an entanglement, is what she called it. But I think on the show that Will Smith fronted her and said, call it what it is. You had an affair. But at the time, you know, when you have an open relationship, I don't know what you might call it. I've heard rumors that the affair took place in his home in their bed. Now, if that happens and you had an open relationship, I'm pretty sure you didn't agree for you to bring somebody to your house and sleep in your bed. I just don't think they went that far, but I could be wrong. So, but like I said, I'm not here to just bash Jada Pinkett Smith, but a lot of people say she's a narcissist, right? And I'm just putting that out there, right? So, my next question to you people: do you think that Will Smith was defending Jada Pinkett Smith's honor when he stepped on stage and slapped Chris Rock? Do you think he was defending her honor? I don't know. Think about that for a second. Me personally, I don't know. I think I'm built a little bit different, and I think, you know, that's why I think he's demasculated, because this is his night, right? He's there for an Oscar, and Chris Rock tells a joke, and she looks thoroughly disgusted, and he laughed at the joke, by the way, and then he gets up and he does what he does. So, do you think he's defending her honor? I mean, how much honor does she have left after she's been caught cheating with this young man? And a lot of people saying it was almost like she was molesting this young man because he was going through some mental health problems. And like I said, I'm not here to blame Jada, because I'm pretty sure that if they had an open marriage, Will was out doing what he was doing, right? I think she even stated that if Will really loved me, he would know that he would have known that I was cheating or that I was having this affair. Far be it from me to say what Will might have known and what, you know, was going through this guy's head when you've already to agreed to having this open marriage per se, right? Now, like I said before, do you think the joke that Chris Rock told was really that offensive? We're living in the 21st century, right? At that award show, you had I think it was a queer. She calls herself, this lady, she calls herself the queer. She was a queer, and I don't know, I really don't know what she was, but I just heard them say she was a queer, the first queer woman to win an Oscar, right? You had so many things going on that night. You had the first queer woman to win an Oscar. You had the first deaf person from this deaf movie to win an Oscar. You had the first time two black co-hosts. You had Chris Rock and you had Wanda Sykes. And then you had Will Packard, who was the first black producer producing the Oscars, right? And there's a lot of people that said, okay, they done took this back to the Source Awards, the 1999 Source Awards. That's sad, people. That's sad. A lot of people want to sit up here and say, well, that's them white people's stuff anyway. That's their award show. That's, you know, it'd be nice if we had our own, where we were in the industry, where we had our own industry big enough to where when we gave out an awards, the status of that awards, that it would excel to where, you know, a lot of money was the money is in the Oscars, it's in Hollywood. So if we can't even get together to build an organization to have our own without fighting amongst each other, how can we have our own organization when we're fighting amongst ourselves within their organization? It doesn't make sense to me, right? So that really doesn't make sense to me. So, and then, like I said before, I believe it was real. I believe the slap was real. And another question I like to ask: do you think Jada should bear some of the blame for Will Smith walking up there, right? Because a lot of people, this is what I said too, this is another reason why this man has been demasculated. Because I was talking to my friend at my job. He was like, man, he had to go up there. Man, that brother had to go up there. He had to go slap that. I was like, did he really have to go up there? This is your night for your Oscar. I mean, now it's like, oh, it's not about me no more. Now it's about Jada. Now I have to go up here and defend. I'm getting an Oscar later on. You know, she should have pulled him back like, hey, yo, hold up, babe. Let me grab his coattail before he get up and go do something like that, right? You know, I don't want to blame her for that, but if you really love, and then look where they were sitting, dude. When you look where they were sitting, that one actress, Lupita, was sitting right behind right behind Will Smith. And then I was like wondering in the camera, where the hell was Jada? But then if you see when the camera expands and zooms back, she's sitting like 6 feet away from him on the other side. It was like they were doing quarantine at the Oscars, but Lupita was sitting right behind him, so that's where she should have been sitting. You see what I'm saying? So it's all kind of weird. I'm telling you, Will Smith was a broken man when he walked in to the Oscars. When he walked into the Oscars, he was a broken man. I would dare not say that they may had a conversation about, if Chris Rock say something slick tonight, I'm slapping the ish out of him. Because you know, if you go back to 2016, right? Chris Rock, I thought what he said when he made a joke about Jada back then, I thought that one was worse than what this one was. And it's not really no worse to it to me. He's a comedian. You should know what you come here for, right? So back in 2016, Jada Smith tried to boycott the Oscars, right? She even reached out to Chris Rock and was like, why don't you boycott the Oscars? Because, you know, we don't think they're inclusive enough, right? For black people. And I'm saying to myself, right? And I'm pretty sure Chris said the same thing. How are they not? Well, I think they're trying to be inclusive right now. I'm the host. You want me to pull out from not being the host? That doesn't make any sense. So when he was at the Oscars, he made a joke. He goes, this is what he said. He said, Jada Smith boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited. That means you need to be invited to boycott something. I thought that was super funny, right? And I think she was super mad behind that, right? She held on to that for years. She held on to that for years. A lot of people like to say that Chris Rock's like to make a lot of jokes for the expense of black women. I really don't agree with that. I think he makes jokes at the expense of everybody, and that's what makes him such a great comedian. In my comment section, real talk, tell me, what do you think Chris Rock should have done? Did he do the right thing by standing his ground, by not retaliating? You got to understand, this man tickets done went up from $60 to $450 now. To go see Chris Rock now, it's going to cost you about $400 or $500. I'm not saying I'm going to take a slap for that, and I don't think Chris Rock has to take a slap for that. This man this man is not starving. Chris Rock got bread. He breaded up. He's been in all kind of movies. He done produced all kind of movies. He can do a stand-up anytime he wants. The Oscars are calling him damn near every year. Come on, man. Chris Rock, that's why he didn't hit that man. A lot of people out there, yeah, you, the broke you. I'm not saying my listeners are broke, but me personally, I don't have no money like that. And I wouldn't have hit him to begin with. Because I'm thinking about the bigger picture. And this is what I hope Chris Rock is thinking about too. Because it makes no sense if you're not thinking this way. This is my personal opinion. If you slap the ish out of me like that on national TV and I don't retaliate, guess what's coming? A major lawsuit, right? Yeah, I Am Legend now. That's right. I want I Am Legend money. I want Hancock money. And I want that Ali money. Right. I want to take that money all the way back to Fresh Prince. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I want that money. You got to pay me if you gonna slap me like that. Trust believe. How much is he worth? $400 or $500 million? I want half of that. If not all, I want half of that. That's disrespectful to the core. And honestly, women, my sisters, he was not defending her honor. She threw that honor away when she slept in that man's bed with that young man who had a mental disease, they said, right? That she was supposed to be helping him with. She helped him, all right. She helped him. I believe she destroyed his career, actually. I believe she did that. But like I said, I don't want to go too hard on her because Will Smith is the man. You're supposed to lead, right? You are the man. But instead of being the man, you've been compromised, and maybe now it's eating at your soul that you compromise your morals and your principles, right? Do you guys remember that movie 6 Degrees of Separation? That's what Chris Rock should have told him when he went on stage. Hey, here come Ken. Now you give me 6 degrees of separation. I know you know about that. You was in that movie. That's that movie where he played that gay guy, and he was kissing all on that dude, and he was laid up all in that bed. He was doing all kind of strange things for some change back then, right? We haven't forgot that, Will, and I think that weighs on him that he wasn't a good rapper. I mean, a thuggish rapper or a hardcore respected rapper. You know what I'm saying? That he came after Tupac. Jada was messing with Tupac. Maybe he's not thug enough. Maybe she need a thug in her life. You know the type of songs that Tupac sang? She probably need a thug in her life. I know y'all heard that the son, I believe, wrote a letter saying, Tupac, I wish you would come back alive so my mommy could be happy again. Now, how can another man's child write a letter about a dead man, about coming back so your mommy can be happy? You don't think this man's a broke man? He's a broken man, ladies. I know y'all think that he was up there standing up there for her honor and all this and that. He's a broke man, but if he did, that just further proves my point. This is supposed to be my night, right? Now check this out. I heard somebody say, how if he would have handled it this way? Walked up on stage and told Chris, we're not having those jokes tonight, Chris. My wife suffers from alopecia. You see what I'm saying? It's an autoimmune disease where she can't grow her hair. She suffers from that, Chris, and we're not having that tonight. So I appreciate it if you apologize right here on stage tonight to my wife. And stood there while he made that apology. I'm pretty sure Chris would have made it. And then he would have sat down. And the show could have went on. Do you imagine the endorsements that this man would have had the next day from the people from alopecia? They probably would have had him doing all kind of commercials. Half the women love him now because they think that he was defending her so-called honor. But if he would have done that and handled it a different way, this whole story would be more money. More money. That's right, son. But he handled it totally emotionally, right? Which leads me to believe he's a broken man. You do not. They share too much. Do you believe they share too much? I think they share too much. They get on that red tape when they share everything. You know? And I don't want to get all into that about they son and what he's doing. And I could, but I don't want to, because this is not about that. This is about how this man lost his masculinity. And basically it's happening all around the country. How this man got broke down. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. The demasculation of a fresh prince. That's sad to see, man. And not just about him. What about Chris? Did anybody run to Chris's aid to find out if Chris was all right? Did anybody? You know what I'm saying? This man gets up later on in the show and receives that Oscar, delivers that pathetic speech, which I thought was worthless, crying. What you crying for? You done slapped somebody. Now you crying. Don't make any sense to me. Don't make any sense to me. Tells me that man broken. Another thing, that just goes to prove you got $400 million or however much money you got and you not happy. You need to get away from that toxic relationship that you're in. You're not happy. All that money don't make everything, right? That's a perfect example. These people got mega money, right? We have to go to work every day, you and I. I don't know what type of work you guys do, but I work hard for my little bit of money. And then I have to come back and witness all these people that do the things they do in the positions that they're in. And it's starting to be, we have racism, but we also have classism. That was about classism and racism. that you will let another black man, because if another black man would have went up there and slapped a white comedian, if Will Smith would have done that to another white comedian, I'm telling you, man, the LAPD would have been out there on him. It would have looked like a Rodney King scene. But since it was another black man, it's like, okay, that's what they do. You know what I mean? That's what they do. You know what they say? You can take them out the hood, but you can't take the hood out of them. Is what they say about us, and I don't believe that. I don't believe that Will Smith should bear the brunt of everything that the black people do. But you're in that position. You know what I'm saying? You're like our black royalty, Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith. You're like, you know, our black Hollywood that we have for black people. There's a lot of young girls and a lot of young boys out there that look up to this couple. And for them to display all this negativity and all this mess that they're in, and then to put it out there for everybody to see on the red table is disgusting to me. You know what I mean? I think that they should not be together. It's a toxic relationship that they have. I think that Will Smith needs to man up. I think that this is one of the worst days in his life, because I think I don't know, man. I just feel some type of way like, man, even though it's not me, I feel an embarrassment for us as a people, right? I don't know if you guys feel that, but I do personally. I do. And I know sisters is, you know, I done had a talk with people in my family, and there's some people, you have the right to have your own opinion about how you feel about this situation. I just think it set us back. I think that honestly, he shouldn't have got that award. That award it's a prestigious award, and I think that you should act accordingly. And what you did at that award show that night, I really don't agree with, and I'm sad that it happened. Should Will Smith have been arrested that night? Answer me that, guys. Leave a comment. Tell me, do you think if Will Smith should have been arrested that night? Should Chris Rock have filed charges against him? If you're not going to file charges against him, I sue him. Let's get back to the sue. Now, he has time, right? He has time to sue this guy. But hold up, wait a minute. I haven't read it myself, but I heard that Chris Rock issued an apology to Will Smith and Jada Pinkett and their family. Now, hold up, Chris. What are we doing here? You doing some stuff like that make me want to think that this might be staged, right? What am I apologizing for you slapping me? The joke wasn't that bad. Now you making me think that you were being mean, that you were being, you know what I'm saying? That you knew she had alopecia. Why would you apologize, bro? I just heard that today, people, that this man, I just heard that before I got on, that this man apologized to Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith and their family for him saying, G.I. Jane, I can't wait to see it. That's all he said. Wow. Rowdy Nation TV, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Share this video. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. Click me some likes, please, if you enjoyed this video. And leave me a comment and tell me how I did, and tell me how you feel about this situation. We out.